everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a video of this makeup tutorial right here. My ass bought this because of Carla, and she was right. I needed it. Y'all seen this everywhere. I mean, there's no point in me showing you because it's everywhere on social media. Pero like, mira, qué bonito. It's called Champagne Kisses. I do show it in the video. It's super glittery. This eye is not as glittery as this one. You'll see in the video why. It's kind of, I spread it out and then it got messy and then like it just got stuck to each other, so I used my finger and then it was a little bit more better. So anyways, if you want to know how I got this makeup look, then just keep on watching, girl or boy. Alright, let's tie up this crazy hair. We're going to start off with priming the eyelids, of course, as usual, and, you know, blending all of that into the eyelid on the upper brow area. And now we're going to dig into the Modern Renaissance palette. Oh my god, we're going to use this shade Burnt Orange all over the crease. I did put about 4 layers of this, so I'm not going to show the entire clip of me putting on the 4 layers because, let's be real, we'll be here for about an hour. So anyways, I'm just letting you know ahead of time, but this is just me blending it back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, should I say. So we're just doing that right all over the entire crease. Next, we're going to go into the palette and use the shade Red Ochre and focus that right on top of the burnt orange shade that we use. I'm using a MAC 217 brush here, and I'm focusing that on the inner tear duct and outer corner area. Now, keep in mind that this palette does have a lot of kick up, but it's actually really nice, and the pigmentation of these shadows are so good. Like, I was seriously missing out. I don't know why I didn't pick this up sooner than later, but anyways, we're going to move on to the next shade. This is called Love Letter, and I'm going to put that on the outer corner of the eye. I'm just going to focus it on there because I did want the pink to peek through. Alright, so next I'm going to just blend out, you know, with a blending brush just to have no harsh lines. Next we're going to use this chocolate shade called Cypress Umbar and focus that on the outer corner. And I think I did bring that on the inner corner. I think, no, okay, we're just focusing that on the outer corner. This is about 3 layers after it's more darkened, as you can tell. I moved on to the glitter part. I'm using Violet Voss's glitter glue and then Champagne Kisses glitter. It's so gorgeous. Anyways, I'm tapping that with the actual applicator on my eye, and then I use the flat brush to add the glitter on top, but for some reason it was getting very messy up in this point and I had to switch over using my finger. I just kept going with my brush, but when I used it on my other eye, it was more easier to use with my finger. I don't know if it's the glue. This has never happened to me, but it was weird. So anyways, I moved on to the other eye and I ended up using some of the brush, and then I just, as you can see, I'm using my finger now. It just made it more easier. I don't know why. I don't know if it's the glue. I'm not sure, but anyways. So that's my 2 cents of adding the glitter. Next, we're going to go in and put on the tempera shade on the brow bone so we can have a highlight on the brow bone area. Next, we're gonna dig into a Tarte palette. I'm using the Tarte in Bloom palette, but I wanted to add some more depth into my eye because I felt it was too light, so I wanted to add more darkness, and that's what I did. You can use any dark color. You can use a black if you want it to. Totally up to you. Deepen it up as much as you want, girl. Here I'm just blending out some of that harshness. I don't want it to look too harsh, so I'm just blending that out with my MAC brush. And then We're going to clean up some of that glitter and eyeshadow and move on to the face. I'm using that Becca First Light Primer, which again, as you'll notice in this clip, you can tell it's like radiant, but it's just a nice like sheen of glow. I don't know how to explain it, but it's so pretty. I'm really considering buying the full size because it's so good. Next, we're gonna use my One Heck of a Blot from Soap and Glory, which has been my favorite. This is my jam. I love it. It's amazing for the pores. You know, I love it. If you're oily, you need this. Next, I'm gonna put on some concealer. This is a Wet n Wild concealer, which honestly has been reminding me of the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer for some reason. The thickness of it just reminds me of it, but it's just so much more cheaper. I'm not saying it's a dupe, but the texture of it reminds me of it. Okay, I bought this brush. It's like that dupe artist brush to use on my foundation, but I like it to blend out my concealer. You'll see in a later clip that I tried to blend this out with my foundation and it was a struggle. Like, this is good to blend out concealer, but not foundation. At least not for me. I got it at TJ Maxx for like 10 bucks. Super inexpensive. But we're just blending out that concealer. And we're moving on to a foundation. This is a L'Oreal Pro Matte. You can see right here, I was like, girl, struggling to blend all of this out. You don't even know. It left it a nice smooth application, but dang, it was hard to like blend it out. It's a really good product though, but I don't know. It just takes too long for me. We're gonna set our concealer with the Laura Mercier translucent powder, because you know you don't want no creasing on the under eyes and no flashback. And we're gonna set our entire face with the NYX Nofilter Powder, because you know I'm oily. And then we're gonna move on to bronzing with Casablanca from Girlactik, right all over them cheekbones. Next, we're going to contour with the Tartiest Chisel shade in that palette that I bought at IMATS. And this shade has actually been really working with my skin tone, surprisingly. I felt it was going to be too warm, but it's not. It's the perfect contour shade for me. It's beyond nice. And I'm sad because it's a very small strip of it, so I have a feeling I will hit pan sooner than I anticipate. But it chisels out my cheekbones so nice. Like, I love it. I love it. You need it if you're tan like me. We're going to move on to the lower lash line on the under eyes and use the shade Ochre and Burnt Orange to, you know, get this look all together and flowing together. I'm going to add some eyeliner. This is Mr. Bing ColourPop with Kathleen's collaboration, and I did my eyeliner off camera because my battery died, and I'm using these lashes from the Makeup Shack. They're in the style Girls Night Out. So we're just popping them on, and then we're gonna move on to highlighting. Today we're using the MAC Daddy Artist Couture by Angel Moreno. This is in the shade Illuminati, and we're gonna pop that right on top of the cheekbones, girl, so we can glow to the gods. For lip color, we're using Girlactik's Stellar. Oh, this shade is so nice. So nice. And the formula, y'all need this. I cannot get over Girlactik's liquid lipsticks. I cannot. Anyways, we're going to move on to blush. This is the Tarte Clay Amazonian in the shade Prim, and we're popping that right on top of our highlight. I like to do this at the end, just makes everything so much more easier. So then we're going to pop on some inner tear duct on the inner corner of our eyes and add some Make It Last setting spray from Milani. And that is it for this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in my next one. Toodles!
beautiful love can be. On the streets, love is hard to see. Yeah, it's a place I got to be.